Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. And today we're giving you a carrot bed update. So if you remember, we planted this bed before the Arctic blast came in, and we had this plastic cover over these wickets. And Sissy and I came out and checked them last week, and there was kind of sporadic germination taking place. So we went in and we watered them, put that cover back on, and created heat and humidity in here. And now look, this right here is the 2 rows of cosmic purple, and man, they're really popping. That's a good stand of carrots. I don't know if you can get much better than that. Now these ones where she's panning in here, these ones are the pelleted, and see how we singulated the distance we wanted on these. And that's what you can do with that pellet versus this raw seed. Now they do have planter plates that you can explore online, and some of the seed companies, and you can try to singulate raw seed, but it's pretty tough. So my suggestion is, if you want them spaced out like these big carrots, like this Hercules variety, it makes a really big carrot. And this is Sugar Snacks. And it doesn't make a real big diameter carrot, but they get, as long as the soil let them go. And then the white satin, I'd call that an intermediate length carrot. Good conditions, they'll make a 6-inch root. Most of the time it's 4 to 5 inches long. And then these cosmic purples, we're really eager to see how these do. I've seen them online, people grow them, and we really think this is going to be a knockout carrot, flavor-wise and market-wise and fresh use-wise. But we're going to go over here, so this is going to come with me. We're going to show you these onion plants. We put these onion plants all in this bed. And we got a squirrel that likes to come out here and dig in our bed. He's dug a big hole in here, but overall, they're doing okay. They need a little water, but we're supposed to get some rain tonight and tomorrow, so that should take care of that. So now Sissy's going to come over here, and look what we did. We came in and we planted some of these alpine radish in here last week, and they're coming up. Of course, they need a little water too, and we got some broccoli popped in. But look what we got bonus right here, guys. They're the tomato plants. They were from last year. Some of these are going to be pink tie-dye, Berkeley tie-dye. And we can go ahead and pot those up, and we got free plants. But these, I think we had some Cherokee carbon over here. Well, now what we're going to get, that was a hybrid tomato, so we're going to get 2 varieties now. We're going to get carbon and Cherokee purple. Well, that's fine. We'll pot those up and we'll take them down to our plant sale we're going to have. We're going to have surprise plants, we call them. You take some of these, you get a little of everything. So now we're going to cut off and we'll meet you back in the greenhouse. All right, folks, we're out in the greenhouse now for the greenhouse update. So here's the carrots that we thought were obliterated. They have regrown. But here's what they're doing. They took this Arctic blast, but look here. When you pull one, look at all them hairy roots on there. So what they're trying to do probably is they're going to generate a spike right here in the middle. Probably try to come out and bolt and go seed. It's no big deal. Strip these off, wash them up and cook them. They're fine, for baby carrot. We're not going to waste them. So here's our beat up spinach. Now we picked this yesterday, but look how much it's already grown back. And you can see, you can see a little bit of damage from that crown, but you know what? I'm not afraid to eat that leaf right there, even though it doesn't look, #1 quality. So what, I guarantee it's gonna eat like spinach. There's our Salanova. Really impressed with how it soldiered right through all this cold weather and sub-zero.
By the way, Salvanova is lettuce.
Yeah, it's a Johnny's restaurant grade lettuce. They spent 20 years in a breeding program on it. And this is Sissy's radish she just planted. This is the KN Bravo. It makes a purple radish. We'll show you the pick of it right here. So here's the pick of it right here, guys. This is what it looks like. Right in the middle. There's your KN Bravo. There's the Alpine we're talking about. And these are a hybrid radish now. They're not heirloom. So you figure out which way Sissy's going here. Which one you'll show them first? Tomato. So we planted these 10 days ago, guys. And these are mostly, all these seed are house tools. There's the black zebra cherry. We're really excited about it because our customers love a good mix of all these different colors of cherry tomatoes. And so we've got beefsteak, which is an old standby tomato. It does well. There's mortgage lifter. And there's celebration. Now let me, I've got it already pulled up on the phone because we can't do all this at one shot. So let me find it right here. So here's what a celebration tomato. It's not a big tomato. I think they make, you know, up to 10 ounces, maybe 12 ounces, but just a nice little tomato. 75-day maturity. They are a determinant. So in other words, instead of worrying about is that plant going to get this tall in a greenhouse environment, unless you got a high tunnel, you're probably better off planting determinants. Just so you guys know that. And we're eager to see how some of these new varieties do. I just planted some more yesterday. I got about 10 varieties right here. And right here, guys, if Sissy can get underneath here, this is herb. This is cilantro. So when we have our plant sale later, we're gonna have some herbs and vegetable plants available. We do not have peppers yet. I know a lot of people's probably thinking, well, where's your peppers? Well, hey, it's a little early. You can plant them and think you're late, but guess what? They'll blow right out of there, and they'll catch up with everything, and you won't miss that much time on them. It's no big deal, but Sissy's going to show you right here. We've kept up cucumber. This is the Noika. It's a Johnny's Asian hybrid. Fantastic cucumber. Small seed cavity, crisp, sweet, burpless. You don't have to peel them. The Itachi, that's a white one. They haven't quite come out yet, but they're right behind everything. And she's got some Jackson picklers in here. You can see him just, if I can get him out, he's just barely peeking through. And there's the new one that we couldn't get last year, the Unagi. It's also a green, long Asian. They'll get up to 14 inches. You know, that's a good fresh eating cucumber. You can pickle them, but our advice is to our people, we give them samples at the market. And a lot of people, when we first started growing those Itachis, the white cucumber, I had never eaten a white cucumber myself, and we tried it and we thought, man, it was great. They're bitter free. Even people that's not cucumber fans liked them, so we won a lot of people over that normally wouldn't eat cucumber with that one variety. So we did the Noika last year. We did them in soil in here in our tubs, and we also did them in 2 hydroponic barrels, and we'll show you that later this year when we get those going. And they made really nice cucumbers. And so now this is squash. Well, this is gonna pan back in here on that's gold mine, and this is Zephyr, which is this is zucchini, the gold mine, and it's kind of a striped gold zucchini. The Zephyr is a yellow with a green tip on it. Really fine quality. It's really a high producing squash, and it's got great flavor. Now here's the other one here is a Y Star. which that's your little round, looks like a UFO patty pan. We haven't had good response with patty pan because typically most grocery stores do not carry patty pan. But it's one of our favorites. You can't overcook it. A lot of times if you overcook squash, it'll go to mush, but these hold up well, and you can stir fry them whatever you want to do.
Honey, tell them about it when they think they're a little big. They're just as good big as they are small.
Absolutely. Even the seeds taste good when you cook them because they're young. They haven't formed a hull. There's nothing wrong with eating oversized squash like that. Nothing wrong with it at all. Here's some more. We've got black zucchini. That's a patty pan. I think that's the light tint green one. I think they call it Juan de Vert. And then Sissy likes these little mini ball zucchinis. They're like a personal squash. They don't get real big. I mean, they'll get this big around if you let them go. But most people pick them, 3.5, 4 inches diameter. We love them. We like grilling them. We like chopping them, stir frying them, whatever. They're just
stuffing them.
Oh yeah, stuffing. They're good all around squash. So here we have we're pre-starting okra. It doesn't take a big acreage of okra to make a lot of production on okra. But we're trying some new varieties this year. It's Hill Country Red. And then we wanted to try this Alabama Red. Now these varieties are from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. They've not come up yet. It's just going to take some more heat in here and humidity to get them to pop. But here is a tray we planted our replacement plants. We got Red Jewel cabbage. I mean, they're really doing good. I'm going to get ready to put some liquid fertilizer on them. Godzilla broccoli. These two varieties came from Haas as well as this Flame Star broccoli. It, for some reason, has kind of lagged behind this other stuff. We're not sure why, but it's coming. It may just be a longer wait on it. But we got another tray of Flame Star here, but this is old cabbage seed. This is old Copenhagen Market, and we had some seed left over, and I don't think it's going to do anything. I think it's shot. So, hey, that's part of it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose all the way around, but that's growing and that's farming. Here we got Big Buck. We like this okra. It makes a bigger pod diameter, but hey, we can cut up just for 2 people, 4 or 5 pods, and we got enough for a meal. And then jambalaya, this is one that comes also from Haas Tools, and it's a very early okra, and that's why we want to start and look at it right there. We've already got jambalaya sprouting right there. There's another one. Here's some more. Wow. Yeah, they're popping out of there. So we're kind of eager to see how this performs in our trials, and we'll see what happens. I don't know that I've ever seen a 50-day okra. That's going to be Clemson's about 65, 70 days. And we used to think that was fairly early, but I don't think it's going to hold light to this stuff. But here's some leeks we're getting ready to. We'll probably transplant them on the next full moon phase, at the end of the month. That's probably when these will go on the ground. But overall, we've bounced back pretty good from the Arctic blast. But I want to point this out, guys. This tomato, it's not come up. I just planted these this week. But pink tie-dye, pink Berkeley tie-dye. People's never heard of it. We took them to the market and I go, what kind of tomato was that? And it's striated on the outside. It's got like 3 colors. Well, when you cut it, it's 3 colors as well on the inside. It has a complex flavor unlike any tomato we've ever tried. We had people waiting in line when we show up to market for this tomato, and I guarantee we'll show you some video of that at the market this year. You won't believe it. But I don't know if you're familiar with Epic Tomatoes. There's a book, and it's written by Greg LaHouille. And he is one of the premier tomato breeders in the United States. He trials a lot of these old heirlooms. He came up with Cherokee Green and this pink tie-dye. There's several tomatoes that this man has grown out, we'll say, and bred over the years to produce some of these heirlooms you just can't find. Just say, for instance, you go to Walmart or any of the co-ops that offer Bonnie plants. And nothing against Bonnie, we've used their plants, they do a good job. But they've just got this vanilla bunch of tomatoes. Man, I tell you what, pink tie-dye, they had the taste test out at Monticello at Jefferson's Mansion every year. And the Southern Exposure people are the ones who started this. Out of 80 varieties of tomato, this one has won for the last 6 years straight. That's impressive. Like I said, if you don't like a high acid tomato, and if you don't like a low acid tomato, this is probably a tomato that'll fit your palate. Doesn't burn your tongue or your throat after you eat them. Some of these, especially in the hot summer in Oklahoma, you can get some tomatoes, the old Jet Stars. I remember that, man, those things will just burn your lips and everything else. And there's some of our senior customers that can't handle a high acid tomato. And so that's where you move into some yellow varieties. They're mild. They don't carry the acid content of the reds. But hey, like I said, nothing wrong with trying something new, but what works best in your growing zone? We're in growing zone 7, and we've kind of got it narrowed down what does good for us. But with these wicking tubs, you get a lot higher success rate on tomatoes you normally wouldn't get. Nothing wrong with field growing them. We had some in the field last year. Most of them were big beef, and they put on a load of tomatoes. Of course, when we planted them, guys, they were in pots twice this size, and we unpotted them, popped them right in the row, and put the nutrient to them, and they just took off. And I don't know how many pounds of tomatoes we got off of those, but anyhow, it's good to have you back. We give you the update, like we said, on the carrots. The freebie tomatoes are coming up, and we'll be putting a lot more in the ground. So tune in on the next video. We'll keep you updated. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you updated.